Back here again, Jay Skyline and James. It's Unfiltered, the second of the Rap Jury edition. Again, special edition Rap Juries for the comeback. And because of, again, I didn't listen to the album we're about to do now on time in my own deadline. Like, this is all me. So I'm giving y'all extra because I fucked up. So this is Tyler, the Creator, Flower Boy. Again, like I said, I'm going to say this from the beginning. I do not care about the man's sexual preference. He was a above average lyricist with some weird tendencies before he came out and said what he said a couple days ago, so it don't change nothing to me. But back on to the album, Flower Boy. This is Tyler's, I think, third album, solo, and probably fifth if you count the group projects. And to me, Tyler's still relatively young in the game. Like, he's a rapper producer. Every album he's done, he's basically produced every single track on every album. I'll give him that. I don't think a lot of people give him that credit a lot because we don't think of it like that. Like I said, big around the games, had big songs in the past. This album does not have the big features like before. Frank Ocean is probably the biggest feature, but it's not something that's weird for Tyler since they were on the group together. Outside of that, A$AP Rocky, him and A$AP Rocky have a big friendship that's grown in the last year or so, especially with the Freestyle 4 freestyle that they did a couple months ago, which is amazing. And there's a Wayne feature, but we'll talk about that. But yeah, and Jaden Smith, who in pop culture is a big name. In rap, we don't have he ain't his dad yet. So I'm not going to act like the Jaden Smith feature should be like, oh shit, there's Jaden Smith. Yeah. It's really more of like a wow factor feature. And just because you don't think of Tyler, the Creator, and Jaden Smith in the same circle. So that's your little, what's up with your half of this?
I mean, yeah, this was I definitely think it was a different project from what he's put out before, and he's put, like, I think he's doing a lot of testing out things. I mean, he's what, 26, 27 years old, right?
Oh, this is definitely his most introspective for him. Like, actually, for him, this is kind of tame.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you would think like he's jumping up around and like that's Tyler. Like, he's like that dude. He just rips off his shirt. He's out doing his shit. But I think he's keeping the shirt on. He might lay down and just like vibe out with this, you know.
Like, I think he opened up with like his inner. Like, I feel like his other, and actually this is his fourth album. I forgot about Goblin.
Oh yeah.
This is like his album telling us him. Like, I feel like everything else is like. I'm not gonna say it's a persona. Because I feel like everything we've seen from him is real. Like, I feel like he's one of the dudes that we're getting his real, honest weirdness this entire time. But I feel like we're getting the inner mind of Tyler, the Creator. Like, maybe the creator part of it. I don't know. Like, or no, I take that back. I feel like with the first three albums, we've been getting the Creator, the bigger half of this. Now we're getting Tyler, the man, maybe even the kid or the teenager, whatever. Like, this is a mental trip for me when I'm listening to Tyler do this. Is that what, like I said, I mean, how did you feel on that? Or like what I just said?
Oh, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, like he was like definitely the last. You said 4 before this. This is his fourth, or this is his fourth. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Again, for me, I don't like. So there might be some people that have earlier backgrounds with him. This was always. I have artists that I remember hearing way before like they became big. Tyler's not one of those dudes. I heard him like Yonkers was it. He came out with a music video and this motherfucker ate a cockroach like 20 seconds into the video. That's what I started with. Then after that, like I said, it's lyrically he's always been like, it's never like he's ever done anything lazily lyrically. It's just he says some wild shit sometimes. And this album he still says some wild shit sometimes. But again,
that's still what you expect from Tyler.
No, this is like I said, cruising.
No, like his lyrics, I'm saying. Like you still expect kind of
he's like a little bit tamed. Yeah. Still lyrical, but it's tame. I'll give it that. We'll get into some of the descriptions of a few of the songs.
This CD is like what? This is a 14 track CD,
but it's only 46 minutes.
Yeah.
For 14 tracks, 46 minutes is actually short in this day and age. Mm-hmm. I'm actually reference like a Malika. When it comes to the time of an album, like reference to the track number, what's like an average like amount of time, like an hour for an album?
For the whole album?
Yeah.
An hour. A little over an hour, not like movie time, not like an hour and a half.
All right,
so like 59 to an hour.
So this is a 14-track album, but it's only 46 minutes.
What are short songs then?
Yeah. Oh, no. There is a definite of the idea that some of these songs I kind of wish were longer. The longest song is the most boring song, and it's actually... Time out. The longest song is the most boring song. You know what the name of the song is? The most boring song is Boredom.
And that's what you feel halfway through.
It's what it's supposed to do. It was made out of boredom, I guess.
It's this long, drawling song. Not a lot of lyrics to it. It's more like a vocal melody, which a lot of the songs. No. The break in half was Garden Shed. All right.
Wait, that's what I thought. That was Boredom was
no.
one.
Garden Shed is the one with Estelle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I used to like. I never had like a like of Estelle. She was an interesting sound with American Boy, which is all I really listened to. Oh, she had another feature with like the NSAA, or whatever that group was. This was bad. The song starts off. Every beat on this album is amazing. Every beat sounds beautifully constructed, and it's like I said. This is to me. This is Tyler's Kanye album. Like this will be his 808s. Like everything. This is nothing I've ever expected. And the fact that he produced all this stuff makes it even more amazing. Because even his own production isn't this good usually. Like when it comes to this type of shit. But Garden Shed. I'm gonna talk about this one specifically. So the song starts, and I'm gonna give you like my synopsis because I hope one of y'all go out there and listen to it. It's like he's right. It starts off, nice little sound. You think things are going cool. Then Estelle starts singing, but it's weird. So about another 30 to 40 seconds go by of this weird singing by Estelle, and then her pitch gets into like right, and she starts singing like it sounds a little good. Mm-hmm. Get about halfway through the song, and you think your fucking computer or your iPod just broke. It's like this piercing sound for like 20 seconds. It isn't. I guess it's a guitar string that's like a high pitched guitar string maybe, but I thought my shit broke. I thought my Xbox broke, or not even. No, my roommate's Xbox broke. I actually thought I thought Yarb's Xbox had broken listening to this at this point because it just made this really bad sound. And then after the sound ends, this beat picks back up, and then Tyler drops a verse. But it's not. This is where the album gets. I like the album, but the issue of the album not having. The songs don't seem to have any structure, and I'm cool with that sometimes. But there's just songs with like a random hook and a verse, and it ends, a verse and a refrain, and then it ends. Like there's no. I don't need 3 verses. I know Malachi's kind of upset at the world we got into where like maybe 2 verses is good enough. Niggas just dropping like a freestyle and calling it a song.
The attention span is shrunk. I understand it.
Right.
Attention span is going down. 3 verses was like the norm.
But again, this is not even like in the being lazy point. This is like that weird Kanye thing where it's like I think you're trying to make art music, and you went too far or something. And that's what the Estelle song is, because it's like you just do these like it's like what's the painter who just like splattered shit on the wall and they were like, oh yeah,
I know.
That's kind of where some of these songs are. Like I said, it's not like he's being lazy with just dropping one verse. It's like for one thing, he's trying to make these beats carry the point of the song. I think he's trying to make you think more with the beat.
Okay.
Which again, he produced the entire album. I don't know. I feel like tell us if you're gonna make a beat or a spoken or a beat based album. Like he's still rapping. Like I said,
but he's trying to highlight or spotlight the production of it a little too. So he's taking less lyrics, more production, and give it an even.
Right. The only issue I have with that before I switch over to James is the singles. Who That Boy makes it seem like he's going into the same tower he's always going to be, which I love that song, but there's not another song on this album. Oh, there's one other song on this entire album like that, which kind of reminds me of the Kendrick album, because that's how I thought about Humble. The Boredom's a single, which, whatever.
There was another single.
There was a third single. I'm about to go look it up because I did Wikipedia up. And the third single is I Ain't Got Time. It's the other song that's like Who That Boy. Oh, and I guess you can count 9/11 because 30 seconds of 9/11 is played after the Who That Boy video, which I fuck with 9/11 a lot. It's an all-singing song, but I fuck with it, even though it's one of them songs where it splits into a second song called Mr. Lonely, which, if you ever wanted to find out what Tyler's truly thinking, what's wrong with Tyler's head or whatever, listen to Mr. Lonely. I don't think I could ever listen to that again.
But that's one song.
Yes.
9/11 and Mr. Lonely is one song.
I'm cutting it off whenever I figure out the split between 9/11 and Mr. Lonely. But we have come to terms that it's one song, and that's why I won't be putting on one of my top. Because straight up, if we split into 2 songs, 9/11's like my second favorite song, and Mr. Lonely's probably my third worst song. And but we're not splitting it, so it's just gonna be in this miscellaneous place where it's an okay song.
Well, we can have Malachi jump in on this. So it's a half and half song. Like it's like it has the dash between the two.
Okay.
Like the diagonal dash. So if that's a song like he was saying was Drake's what song? That was.
Oh, so way back in before Kendrick was big, there was on Take Care. There was a song or two songs called Marvin's Room / Buried Alive Interlude. Marvin's Room is a 5-minute track about Drake pissing and moaning about how he wanted to call
the
his
song you hate.
Yes.
And you know that made his list that year. If I don't know anything about Drake, I know that song he hates that.
And then it switches off at around 5:50 or so into an interlude where he doesn't give the vocal, he doesn't have a feature credit on the album, but it's Kendrick's rapping for about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Basically Kendrick rapping about the first time he met Drake, which is cool. Like, it's not a bad song, and it's an interesting perspective of what Kendrick's first meeting of Drake was. But I hate Marvin's Room. I don't hate the Buried Alive interlude. I actually had the Buried Alive interlude on my old iPod separate. Like, I downloaded it as a single track because I wasn't going to put Marvin's Room on there.
It's just a bold move to make 2 tracks into one. Because if people like the second half, you're trying to fast forward to the first. If you like the first, and you're skipping before you get the second. So it's a lot of pressure to put on one song if you're going to split it. Because then you get like this, like how you're saying, you like one, you don't like the other. So it basically zeroes itself out, cancels out.
The difference.
And then you got a lost track. Right?
I'm going to put myself in a hole with attempting to split it in this album sense. The difference is I see nothing on why Marvin's Room and the Buried Alive interlude were introduced as one song. There is like at least a natural movement of beat into them from 9/11 and the Missile Only. Like, it's not just a stop. There was a stop between the Marvin's Room beat and the Buried Alive interlude. There was nothing the same about those 2 beats. You could at least, and again, it's because the flow of the album.
It's a transition song.
Yeah,
so it has 2.
Oh no, this is probably one of the best albums I've ever listened to. Where like outside of like Who Dat Boy, because it says "Seem a Little Random." Like even the other
Ain't Got Time.
Ain't Got Time still seems like it's somewhat structured like the sound of the album. Mm-hmm. Who Dat Boy literally sounds like he made that for the single, and you could. A lot of people put that as a bonus. Like I've seen it recently when people have their lead single, and it ends up as a bonus. Hotline Bling. It's not on the album; it was a single, but it was a bonus track on the album that came after Hotline Bling.
So like the promotional track for the song, and then once you get them into the album, then you're just like, all right, you heard that enough, so let's put it at the end.
Bonus.
Yeah,
and I think
you still want that song.
Yeah,
that's what got you here. Like,
yeah, Who Dat Boy's dope. I fucks with it. ASAP's dope, but it doesn't merge with the album with me, so that's where it's weird. Like even the songs I don't like still have the concept of the album to it. So, but yeah, how do you feel about the whole construction of the album?
Oh yeah, I think he did a pretty good job. I mean, like the first 2 tracks were really good vibing with, and then it kind of went after. I kind of like fell off for a minute with the 4th track, "See You Again," but I kind of it caught on me a bit. But then there's a couple. There's only honestly, I would say maybe 4 or 5 bad tracks really, and I'm only saying because the last 2, I don't even consider the last 2 even part of the CD. I mean, I wouldn't even want it on. Like they shouldn't even been on there. So I mean, like there really isn't anything. I think he did a really good production right here. I mean, like I'm not going to give I'm not saying like this is a outstanding 5 out of 5. No, but it's something different from Tyler that I wasn't really expecting, and I still I still have high expectations for something new next time. Like keep up going with this, dude. I think he should maintain doing production all himself. Like
he's always done that.
Like just keep on doing that. Like this was good.
Also, even though I like 9/11 a lot, I'm not sure if Tyler's singing career should be like his focus.
No, Tyler should not be singing.
Like it shouldn't be a focus point. Like I think 9/11 was like. Again, the emotion. Again, that's why I say the Kanye, because Kanye was never a good singer. 808s was not one song on 808s was Kanye singing good. It was the emotion that made it what it was worth.
Yeah.
What it was worth. And 9/11 is the same thing. There's an emotional draw to his singing. And again, it's not like he's out here crack voice, waking up cats with it.
But it's not. You can tell it's not your strong point or what you came into this for. Like
right, and also I don't think he used auto-tune, so I'll give him that. Because that's a parade thing in 2017.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone who doesn't go through all at some point. So
I think J. Cole's the only other dude out here that started singing randomly, and I don't think he's using autotune. Because even Kendrick's doing something to his voice.
Yeah,
I gotta congratulate Cole on that. I'm one of them people I don't sing, but if I want to try Puff the Magic Dragon, anything like that, I'm gonna at least give you the normal raunchy voice. Like you're gonna get the guy who doesn't sing on a song voice. And I understand that. I'll get a feature if I want singing, but. Yeah, but I want an auto-tune and be like, ooh, looks how to sing that song you were singing. Like, no, I'm not giving you this. You're going to get a raspy in the way I do it. So I like that.
if you know my history, big Kid Cudi fan, not really can sing, but he's out here with that raspy.
Yeah, you're giving
He's
just
been
a
doing it the whole
natural, natural voice over studio voice.
Right.
Didn't he do that? Like, but then Travis kind of changed him up
Again,
on.
Travis Scott, if you ever go out to do a feature for Travis Scott, after you give him your sound, give him your verse, he's going to fuck with your voice and he's going to do whatever he wants to make it sound good for his song. He did it to Andre, he did it to Kid Cudi.
Yeah, I was gonna say he did that to both of them.
Everybody that was on that album had something done to their voice. I'm not saying it was bad, but I don't know
if it was the artist's.
Yeah, I know, like, because you listened to the Andre verse when he was making all the sound effects around the verse, and I don't think Andre left.
Yeah,
the
I would want to. Yeah, if it wasn't done by Andre that way, I kind of want to hear the way he did it.
So yeah, that's what we're saying there. But back over to the album. Also, because it's going to be one of these ones that's weird to talk about. It's just basically Dropping Seeds, track 11, 59 seconds long. Beautiful beat. One verse from Lil Wayne, but that's it. There's nothing. There's no. Oh, and Tyler says like Weezy F Baby at the very end of the song.
All right. What's the subject about?
It's just one of them random bar verses from Lil Wayne. There's a couple corny lines, a couple good lines.
Because hearing these song titles lately that we've been going through, when you just said Dropping Seeds, I'm like, all right, what are he about to say? Like, what is?
No, it's not like. I'm sure there's one or two lines about the literal idea of like.
Yeah, I was just making sure.
It's Wayne.
I gotta ask what the title means.
But like, I don't have a lot of understanding with it. Like I said, he rhymes the word seed like 14 times. It's not like a back-to-back thing. But he's using the word seeds a lot.
Okay.
Again, it's like Wayne's features recently have been giving me hope. This one is more like it's like all right. Basically, it doesn't. It's again the beats like the album has this really great horn-driven beat. My thing about when you feature an artist on your album and it's the artist by himself and it's not a feature or you two doing the track together. Why? That's all I need to know. I'm just like, why? I did the same thing with Ab Soul's album when he had that random song with Kendrick by himself. Lil Wayne dropped the Carter 4 and had 4 interludes with the Tech 9 Andre song that was just them. He had another song with like Shine and a bunch of people. It was just them.
I can see if he made the beat and then you just got him on it. Now you're just doing the production on this song.
Well, Tyler did that. So
Now if you didn't make the beat and you just got someone on your CD and this is their song, it's like, okay, what was that for? But you're going, I'll sit back and be the producer on this track and let you flow.
And I've seen Cudi do that. Sorry, I understand that. I didn't think about it like that because I've been hyping this whole album off the idea he made all the beats, and I hadn't thought about that at all.
Yeah, that's the difference in what we were saying with the Khaled. Like, he made the beat, so therefore I don't mind it being I'm just getting artists on this because you're still splitting because you got that. But if you're just getting artists, you're just a DJ, right? Or
highlight song, like again, I don't have like the reason we had such an introspective review on DJ Khaled is there was a lot of criticism. My criticism on this album was basically just it could have been 10 songs.
Mm-hmm.
But like that, like the songs I don't like, even though Glitter's terrible. Take that back. Glitter is god awful, and it's technically the last song you hear any vocals of. So that's like a driven point to me. I have that issue with how you start or end your album. Like I can filler in the middle. You can still get a high rating if one of the worst songs is like 9. Track 13 is the last song with any vocals. Track 14 is an entire beat track for 3:55 with like the last minute you hear Pharrell background singing really late.
You get a production track probably, but
but the problem is. Glitter is the last track I hear, and it's terrible.
No, so to leave you with that,
and then I go into the last track, not knowing that there's no vocals.
Yeah,
and then it's just a bunch of like, oh no, Glitter's still terrible.
Yeah,
that's all. Enjoy Right Now did for me, or Enjoy Right Now today was. Well, I tried to enjoy this, but you gave me Glitter, and that was the last thing I heard.
Yeah, don't make the last taste something.
Which it should have ended at 12 November. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Great track, another one of them tracks where he's talking about himself. He's talking about, I think, was that the track where he finally, because there was a running theme on this album where he decided to rap and you heard him rap about cars a lot. And then he finally hit that point. It was either 9/11 or 9/11, which these are two right around each other, where he says this thing where all I have in my life is music and these cars. What the fuck else am I supposed to rap about? I don't have any real friends or something. He says something about that, like I don't have like any real friends or anything like that. And I was like, all right. And that's, again, Jay-Z did it because people started trying to call him out about the painting. He told you why he's rapping about painting. Tyler the Creator, we literally, I think we spoke like the song or two before that. I was like, yeah, he's kind of rapping about these cars a lot. Like, it was probably the first drawing down of the album, like lyrically. I was like, he seems to keep on going back to like I'm whipping this car or this.
Yeah.
Then he finally hit it with again, this is where I got the emotional never knew that this is what Tyler was doing on the inside thing. Like, oh, okay. And then I can see it like, well, if I was a rapper, y'all hear a lot about cars after I think about it. So,
You was a rapper.
I like this song.
Fast and Furious 19 mixtape. Like,
so like I said, I understood that, and then it didn't bother me. But he explained it, and the album was cohesive enough that I was able to listen through the album and get to this point, and it was like a story. It was like, man, he's getting a little on the edge with these car stuff, and it's like, oh. Now I got to like the conclusion of the story about the cars. Tyler really did that. Not a lot of rappers can do that anymore. Not a lot of musicians can do that anymore. Rap is having an issue with storytelling right now. And even though I don't know if this album was a full story told, he at least wraps up subjects of the album through the album. So,
I think he mentions Garden Sheds in November.
Yes, because he needed to do that because Garden Shed, the song was terrible.
And then, at the very end of November, it was kind of weird. I don't know if I really understand. But it was like they were like kept on mentioning. Was it like, oh, I remember going this back in November or something?
Oh yeah, the whole there was this weird thing about getting back to November. I believe that has to do something about his personal life.
Yeah, so
because all I could picture is because it was a weird transition. I mean, there's always this thing about in hip hop with the month of November. I mostly understand the November thing from the Wyclef song, where I guess in immigrant culture, a lot of people would have to leave and come back until November, working wise, and it was always a big thing. So I've always remembered that with the key of Black people in the month of November. And again, it's the month where it's getting cold and all that stuff, and you're getting lonely, and you're like I said, if you summertime, you go out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So again, I believe that between the depression. Being where he wants to be in life, where like I said, not rating this on the album at all, but where his sexuality and stuff is at. Like I said, he's emotionally telling us the truth, which is why I kind of might believe him that a lot of people thought he was trolling when he said he was gay. I'm like, I don't think he's joking. Don't care, but I don't think he's joking. And that's a problem with somebody like Tyler, whose entire rap career and persona, especially if you remember the TV show on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
It was always jokes and funny, ha. And this album, it's like, no, bro,
maybe he confronted his friends, and maybe none of them took it serious. You're like, oh, yo,
again,
you playing, bro?
Again, there's only 2 Odd Future features. There's 15 people in that group.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean's the other person on the album who's openly about this life. Yeah. I wish I could say it like that. And then and I don't know any much about the other guy, but when I looked him up, he's more of a comedian than a rapper, but he was part of Odd Future, which I actually thought was a cool thing about Odd Future is not everybody was fully rap. It's a Wu-Tang thing. Having a comedian in your rap group, I feel like that could be a dope thing to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I feel like, and honestly, because he might be more comfortable with himself and coming out, this album, like I said, I just got a raw Tyler, and not raw I keep on saying this, but eating cockroaches or slapping bitches up cocaine or something, like the stuff we saw in the videos from back in the day. Raw to me is this is oh no, this is the man. This is the man, Tyler, telling us what is wrong with him, what he's cool with, and what it is.
Yeah, I'll just leave it right there. I'm not gonna say nothing. Yeah, it's pretty much this is Tyler. I hope this is he's just expressing himself.
So from there, I'm gonna go with my 3 worst and 3 best. My 3rd worst is Boredom. And honestly, Boredom's not terrible, it's just boring. Like I said, it's not a bad track. It's just boring.
So how you mad at something that tells you the title of what it's gonna be?
And I didn't even think about it until I was halfway through the song. I was like, Boredom. This is boring.
Yeah.
It was one of them it was
it gotta be number 1 now because it actually lived up to the title.
And then second was Garden Shed. Like I said, it was just like Garden Shed is it's secure to this album, where it's just this song just sonically altogether didn't go mesh together well. I don't know if Estelle and Tyler should be doing music together or what. It just sonically wasn't there. And then the worst song is Glitter. I don't even know how to describe to you what the fuck is up with that song, because it's the last
Glitter.
Yeah, all right, that's the song. If anything else, but Who Dat Boy shouldn't have been on the album as a direct of how the song sound. Who Dat Boy's a dope song. Probably shouldn't be on the album because it just doesn't sound like it should be on the album.
Yeah.
Glitter's terrible. It could have just been left off the album.
It could have, yeah.
And if I'm missing a deeper point of Glitter being after November, because November is what should have ended on, I think the album should have ended on November. It was a strong point, beautiful track. He was telling, like I said, introspective about himself. It could have ended there, or you could have went straight from November into Enjoy Right Now. Enjoy Right Now today. The
instrumental. Okay.
Yeah, like if you wanted the beat that bad, that's fine. But I need the last vocal track to be decent enough for you to just leave off on a beat, which I think is a cool idea.
I always wanted to see a beat like win like an award, like not just like the producer. Like now, I think we're almost into just instrumentals, just one without the rap. Like I think like I don't know when someone's gonna do one, but I just think there's gonna be that one. Like
I consider that Daft Punk album that won that Grammy a couple years ago with the Pharrell joint Get Lucky. That's
okay.
That was it. Because every song on that album, because they won the album of the year for that, was basically the same thing. Somebody's doing like the little beat, the little hook singing, and then just running with like beat through there were verses for beats.
Yeah, I'm just ready for just like a beat to like that beat was so dope with no lyrics. That's my favorite song on that album, and it just.
But yeah, like I said, that Glitter is number one, and it's gonna drive down my score because again, it's the last song of my eyes, and again, Glitter would have been bad anywhere on this album. But if you drop it in the middle, even though I don't think it's right, after you go past 10 songs, there's going to be filler somewhere. And Glitter could have been filler, but filler doesn't count as the first or last.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a rule to me. Like we want to start making rules.
The filler has to go in the middle. That's why it's filling.
And then like this is filler, but you made this the last thing I heard. Yeah. You got your worst.
That's pretty much the same. Like I put Garden Shed 3, Boredom 2. It was pretty boring. Garden Shed was pretty bad too. But Glitter, yeah, number one, Glitter. Exactly, like why did you put this at the end?
Like there was nothing about the verses I cared about. That hook was atrocious.
That's like where I turned off right there. I was like, oh no.
So yeah, like I said, that whole and the reason why Boredom's 3 for me is only because we had to pick 3. Like I said, Boredom is elevator music. Like it's not even bad. Like this is background music to the core. Like I think we listened to Boredom at the same time together, and I actually had to fight myself from talking while listening to it because it's just like I'm not missing anything with this song. I'm not missing anything that's like, and I might have, but if I did, it's your fault. Like because that song was just like I'm about to take a nap, and it's 5:20. It's the longest song on the album. It's 5:20. So that's a bigger issue. 3 minutes of that maybe. Okay. Because the longest song after that is the combined song, which is 4:15. So I'm assuming both of those songs is like 2 minutes long. And everything else is like 3 and some change. Everything else is 3 and some change. The third longest track is the beat at the end. It's 3:55. That is the third longest song. Again, can't say it's a bad thing. I would have loved to hear Dropping Seeds have a verse from Tyler, maybe like an instrumental hook. But Dropping Seeds could have been 2:15 if they just added Tyler verse.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not even 59 seconds because it takes about 15 seconds or 20 seconds for Wayne to start rapping.
Yeah.
It's a good 30-second verse real quick.
He just real quick and then.
And again, it's not even the most spectacular I've heard this done. It's not the worst. Yeah. But what was the one line? Oh, there's one line in there where I'm just like, Wayne. Oh, I'm not, some people drop science. I'm dropping English.
I'm pretty sure somebody said that before.
What?
I'm not dropping science. I'm dropping English.
No, he said they dropping science. I'm dropping English.
Oh.
Or you might be right. Some dropping the line, but still the line was just like, nope.
I think I heard that line before.
It was just like, nah, bro. Like that was a standout bad line for that. Like probably the entire album was that Wayne said that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. That goes back to my hip hop survey.
That's like old hip hop, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna need.
I think the way it was originally said was better than what Wayne said it.
Okay.
If it is that, I was like, I bet it sounded better the first time.
Radio.
But
Eazy-E. Wait, maybe?
Radio's LL.
But I can imagine LL saying that with his old.
No. Eazy-E had a song called Radio.
True, he did. Yes, he did have a song. Yes, he did.
And then
I
thought.
Oh wait, no, because you're right. Wasn't it on like San Andreas? Like the
I
old
think
GTA?
it was on the old.
I do remember the line. And again, Eazy-E was a shit talker. You can get away with some like Eazy-E's like originally like the original Birdman and stuff. He wasn't, like he was out here just talking shit, but he still had the old school word of talking shit where he was still trying to teach you. Even with the All-Star track was supposed to be about teaching you how not to be in the hood. He was out there like you don't really. Basically, it's like don't be like me.
And that was Eazy's whole thing. Like it was like, yeah, you're gonna see me as the bad guy, but I'm saying don't do this. But I'm in it, so I can't change. But you can, like, but I got to go through the bullshit. So,
but yeah,
that was his.
But you're right. I do remember Easy used the line like that. But
So maybe it was one of them, like a reference line, just to.
Cool. Wayne fucked it up.
I mean, it doesn't matter. But I feel like just Lil Wayne just kind of reuses things. He just spits in like.
And if it comes out and was someone else's that he heard, then okay, but.
I don't know. And then I feel like he just usually uses. I feel like there's a formula. I'll figure it out soon. Lil Wayne's formula.
See You Again was very close. Like honestly, See You Again was gonna be the third worst song, and then Glitter popped up last. Because actually, I was very against See You Again because it was the first song I didn't like, and it was track 4. But
I like that one. That wasn't bad. It wasn't too. You got to listen to it a few times. I don't know.
And because you flipped on it, I probably will try to listen to it a couple more times. But again, because of the other 3 tracks that I know, I'm not going to flip on. Because
no.
That's the thing. Like, it was, like you're right. See You Again still had the beat where I'm like, maybe one day it'll click, and I'm like, oh, all right, now it's cool.
Yeah.
There's nothing about Boredom that's ever gonna. Let's see, he drops the upbeat version. Garden Shed again just sonically was not a well put together song, and Glitter should have never been made. So I'll let you start off your top 3.
Top 3 best. I have Where the Flowers. I was like Where the Flowers Bloom. That was number 2.
Featuring Frank Ocean.
Yep. And then Who That Boy. I mean, like it's on it. Yeah, it shouldn't be on there really, but I mean, it's a pretty good song.
Oh, that's still a good song.
And now I'm throwing Potholes at number 1. That's the Pittsburgh anthem. It's official as of today.
First time I heard it, I like that song. I definitely like that song.
You know what? Fuck it. Because again, the reason that it just was too dark for me. But number 3 is going to be 9/11 / Mr. Lonely. Because again, singing was great. And after I go and keep on thinking about it, it's too dark for me. But the darkness is also the lyrical content of him giving you his soul. So I'm going to let that slide. Number 2 is going to be I Ain't Got Time. It's fun. It's bouncy. It might not be the most lyrical joint, but it's fun. And again, it's really, really fun. And then Potholes. Just like me. First thing, Tyler kills it. I might be overreacting on the Jaden Smith hook, Potholes, Pittsburgh.
That's
thing.
a Pittsburgh thing.
But Tyler's verses is still cool.
Yeah.
And Malachi peeped it before we played it. This beat's still real laid back, chill. Everything about it. It's mostly the album's vibe. It's a real laid back, chill album. And
for it honestly be the only song I've heard on the album like that, it makes me want to listen to the album. Like before even hearing the reviews, like that was like, okay, I'll listen to this album. Yeah. Before it's like, hey, I got a Tyler Creator. It's like, it's not my cup of tea. I just left it there. Now it's like, oh, maybe I don't want to overlook this one. I will go back and listen to this one off of that jam. So I see why y'all put it high on there. I mean,
and again, Tyler was not. I was in the same sense. He wasn't like somebody I was raging to listen to. Even though his recent collaborations with ASAP have made me more interested. Okay. He has a couple. He's released like 3 songs with ASAP in the last year, up to before this song they have on the album. So I was becoming reinterested. And again, the issue with the current rap game is Tyler came out about 5 years ago when there was like a lot of introspective talent that I thought was going to become great. Some that's disappeared. Now we're in this area where it's, well, Tyler's definitely one. Like it's the 2 Chainz argument I've been telling people about 2 Chainz being one of the best in the South right now. Mm-hmm. It's because you're gonna argue with these other niggas, and it's the same thing with Tyler right now. It's like, yeah, I'd rather listen to Tyler. Who the fuck you listening to right now? So like I said, it's Tyler and a lot of artists, and then Tyler did this right. It's not like he got pushed up in a place where like, well, we're looking for you to help us a little bit with this rap thing, and he did it. Saying that.
Like I said, it got me to listen, like for real.
I don't think the little that I'm dropping science. I'm not dropping science. I'm dropping English, whatever. I don't think that's an easy verse. I don't know.
But it's lingering. It's lingering though.
It's lingering, but I think I've heard it before. But I don't think it was. No, it wasn't on radio. No, I'm thinking of something else.
But again, I have a feeling that it was the DOC.
The DOC.
It was the old DOC.
Oh, it's funky enough.
Yeah, it was funky enough.
Oh,
I'm dropping side. It was DOC. I know that's because I knew it was on San Andreas, and they had a DOC song on San Andreas. I'm happy to get that one out there. I forget the name of the song. Yeah, you're right. It's Get Funky.
It's funky enough, wait,
we got old funky.
Yeah. That has to drop a sign.
Yeah, it definitely has that.
It has that line. Mm-hmm. But still, I'll let that ride with DOC. Yeah. DOC is one of the best writers we have in the West Coast history.
DOC is
I wish he could still rap.
Yeah, that was one of them careers that was cut short. That was like, I want to hear.
Think about it. The man had no voice, and Dre still fought to get his record taken with him when he left Ruthless plus the other chick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, back to Tyler. I'm gonna give y'all my numbers. I'm giving it a solid 4. Again, you know what, man? It would have got a 4 or 5 without Glitter. Like Glitter, the other
4
two.
5 without Glitter and 5 without Boredom.
If it was 10 tracks, it would have got 5.
Okay.
Like, we about to finish up real quick. But yeah, like I said, it would have definitely all 10. It would have been 10 songs. And again, like I said, 14. I understand. Like I understand as a person that has issues combining things that getting down to 10 means you have no room for error. 14, you can have room for error, but Glitter can't be last.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, like Glitter, like I could have lived and probably still gave him a 4 or 5, but Glitter wasn't last. Because that was like, all right, that just happens.
You said placement means a lot too on stuff too.
But again, I could deal with listening to Boredom again. I can deal with listening. No, I can't listen to the Estelle again. I can deal with listening to Boredom again. I don't want to ever listen to Glitter or Shed again.
Or
Garden Shed.
Garden Shed. I don't want to hear it.
No. Yeah. See, I really like this. I want to give it a 3.5 because those tracks, you know, Glitter, absolutely the ending. Yeah, why don't you set me up for failure? Like, I was really loving the whole entire joint. I mean, even though like Garden Shed was pretty rough, I was like, okay, like he's working with something. I mean, like the beginning, I don't know what was happening in the beginning, like with Estelle singing. I don't know what that was, but I was looking past it because I was listening and blowing through, and then like the last two, it was like
she hopped on the treadmill that was already moving.
That's I gotta hear this song.
But again, like it was like, but she was stumbling at first, and then she caught into it. Yeah. Like the singing became better. Like this whole track is like a molding of like why, like it just didn't. It never seemed like like I said, her jump, like the beat was moving, and she just jumped in like half beat. And then eventually her singing caught up. Then Tyler stopped the song with this piercing noise. Yeah. Then Tyler came in and rapped, and then it ended. I'm just like, what was this song? So like I said, that's weird. Like at least Glitter was a hook and verse song. It was just a bad hook and verse song. But again, like I said, before we cut out a Rap Jury and Unfiltered today, I'm gonna let y'all know next Monday the first 2 reviews we definitely have. I'm gonna hold off tomorrow for the last review I'm announced. Ugly God, The Booty Tape, and the new Damian Marley album. Damn, the Booty Tape is such a wild thing. I gotta look back up the Damian Marley albums.
Yeah, just saying that made you forget everything else you had in mind. So
Damian Marley, Stony Hill. We're gonna get the first reggae rap. Like, even though Damien is on the reggae side, he's a lyricist. He's always been a lyricist.
12 years since he put out anything. Like
solo, yeah.
I was like, I know the Nas album's less than 10 years old. It's almost 10 years.
I mean, I've been riding off of the feature with Nas like for the longest.
Yeah.
Me personally, for the last 2 years, I've been rolling with that until bam. Like I was rolling just off of that. Like, the 10 with Nas. Like that's as far as I went. Like that's how last time I heard reggae. Like. So
I'm excited to get Damien in here, and because right now, the middle of the summer is not the hottest time for albums. Man, honestly, if we get Colt some point, I'm just gonna start pulling albums from earlier this year. It doesn't really matter. I just would rather keep it current right now. So yeah, like I said, those 2 are guaranteed. If I'm gonna do 24 hours of searching for a local. If you're a local artist and you want this, hit me up. Hit Malachi up. If not, I'm gonna just go ahead and find a third album to do. Again, looking for the showcase. This first month is gonna be a little different. For the first week of September, if I can get 3 albums local, I'd like to try it. Just let me know. Like I would like to review more local than industry. Again, the end of the year, my top 10 industry albums is going to be whatever I can find. I need physical material to tell you who my top 10 locals are, and I need as much as possible. I'm starting late, so yeah. Look at me like one of them animal commercials when they end like, I need your albums, just one album,
one album,
get us there. That's how it is for me right now. How you feel about the first? Like, my man's going away. He's going to surgery tomorrow. We will. We're figuring out right now how we're going to keep him in touch with the show for sure. no matter what, he'll be coming in at 6 instead of 5.
Popping up at UPMC or wherever he's at. We gonna do live from the surgery. We going. We going. We're in here. Unfiltered for real. The scrub edition, like scrub up, cameraman. We in here.
But like I said, he'll be out tomorrow. We're gonna try to get him back for Monday. Again, show will be 5 to 8 when we get back over into the studio. I will be there at 5 because of the surgery and parking in the area. We'll probably be he'll be showing up at 6. It's free parking in the city limits at that point. And
Mr. TMI right there. Not none of the bad words. Just like what parking situation?
Yeah, I know because it's distance, man. We in the urban area now. Before you could park up on the front, right in front of the crib with no problem.
True.
So, like I said, he'll be in. Like I said, we get to get well soon. Ready. We get a cast. We'll probably start writing on cast and stuff. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. It'll be me and Bricks tomorrow. Like I said, mostly sports. If you have anything you want to talk about music-wise or you want to hit me up about any reviews, I will answer any questions about these 2 reviews or the last reviews. And because Malachi's in the background, what's the top 10?
The top 10. I will have to put the list up. I got behind due to some other issues. It's Outkast. Now the rest of them, I'm not gonna say until I put the list up because it was a surprise. You would think Mobb Deep came in 2. That's all I'm gonna say. It didn't happen. So, yeah.
Okay. And new top 10? I don't know if y'all heard that, but your boy just hurt himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right in the operating room, right next to James. My kneecap. Yeah, I just gotta throw my shit up. But now the next top 10 is the top groups. We did the top 10 duos, and like I said, Outkast came in at number 1. The next 4 it will surprise some people, but we do have the complete top 10. I didn't post it, but I will. And this week's top 10 is the top 10 rap crews, groups. So now you can include the locks and trios of 3. And we'll still talk about the inclusion of like Run DMC and people that had DJs, but that's a whole other matter.
But we're talking groups.
Yeah, groups. Now we're on groups. So
okay, no, because there's groups.
From Wu-Tang to
Wu-Tang.
group. Anything over 2 now. Anything over 2.
Because we're in this weird era now where a lot of people are counting labels, like MMGs and stuff like that.
No,
okay.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Again, that's why I was saying.
Then I got to do the whole no limit as a no.
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. Because now you're right because we're talking about Cash Money Millionaire.
Yeah, and all that. Yeah. So it's groups. 3 artists and above. So from the Locks to Wu-Tang is how I'm putting it. You know, so let the vote begin.
Okay. All right. I'm interested in that. Everything from Wu-Tang to Hot Boys. I'm interested.
Damn, this is gonna be rough.
Oh yeah, that's why I thought those the first 2 things I thought of, like Wu-Tang, Hot Boys. Not saying Hot Boys is top 10, it's like groups.
That's what he says now. Then we'll find him in his top 5. But
that's him. It's him.
No.
I brought up Big Timers last time, and I was nowhere near my top 10.
No,
that was duos, and there was no way Big Timers on the top duo.
We can put Fuji's up there.
Who?
Fuji's.
Ooh.
Now you can go Fuji's, yes.
Now we can go Fuji's.
Oh, the fun has begun.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
All right, so I'm gonna let it go on that. Think about that. Unfiltered back again. Sports Talk tomorrow. Rap Jury will be coming back Monday. As long as Damian Marley's album is not hard to find, we'll be doing our reviews Monday. This is Jay Skyline and James. Malachi in the background. Thank you again, Malachi, for doing the in-home coverage today.
We travel, baby.
Like I said, we was a little late, but all like this everything we reposted. Things will be done. I try to do this all the time. Also, I'll be posting a behind the scene of our first 2 listens of the first 2 songs we listened to on the Tower album from yesterday. I haven't recorded. My laptop was acting real janky when I tried to post it yesterday, so we're just going to post it when I can. But you will get that before the end of the week. Thank you again. Unfiltered out.